Over the last 150 years, burning fossil fuels has resulted in more than a 25% increase in the amount of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. Fossil fuels are an unsustainable source of energy that accounts for 85% of the U.S. power usage.
Fossil fuels have been causing negative impacts in the environment, such as global warming, air pollution, oil spills, earth deterioration, and acid rain. However, there are other ways to generate energy that are both sustainable and generate minimal pollution.
Popular examples include geothermal power plants, solar and wind farms, and hydroelectric dams. These renewable energy resources only consist of 15% of the world's total energy production. That statistic should be a lot higher. To increase this percentage, we need to invest more in sustainable power generation.
The world is a fragile place. With humans constantly using fossil fuels, the world, our only home, is getting worn away, destroyed, and corrupted. Our current sources of power won't last much longer. We need to invest more in sustainable sources of energy for the sake of future generations. Let's take a look at what our current sources of power have done to us.
Fossil fuels pollute our environment in different ways. For example, the continued production and transportation of oil can cause water pollution, some of which can lead to oil spills that result in an increased loss in both plant and animal life.
Burning coal contributes to excess carbon dioxide in the environment. Over time, this causes global warming because it absorbs and contains heat. Even the mining of coal contributes to water pollution. Coal contains pyrite, a sulfur compound that can form a dilute acid if it gets in contact with water.
Natural gas contains 80 to 95% methane, a greenhouse gas. Methane is an explosive gas which makes it dangerous to collect and mine for. Fracking, one method of obtaining deep gas reservoirs, can contaminate underground water supplies. There are also energy penalties or fines at every stage of production.
In addition to the negative effects previously stated, all of these methods for power generation are not renewable. Once it runs out, there is no more on Earth. Renewable resources are the only next step for a constantly evolving Earth. If we are to continue to the future, we should do it correctly and use resources that won't run out. Sustainable resources are the way of the future.
So what are the options we have? Sustainable energy. We can harness the power of the sun to create usable energy. Solar farms, though expensive to construct, are very efficient due to the infinite supply of solar rays. It reduces local electricity costs for residents and is completely silent.
Wind is constantly present, and if it powers tornadoes, imagine the possibilities if we harness it. Wind's potential energy output is 20 times more than what the entire world needs. Though installing turbines is expensive, they are incredibly space efficient. In fact, the largest turbines can power 600 US homes alone. Prices for installing wind turbines are decreasing each year, and the cost to operate and maintain turbines are very low.
Hydropower is an essential source of renewable energy. It is extremely cheap, costing less than a penny for each kilowatt hour. Many places around the world can use hydroelectric dams because running water is available just about everywhere. This allows those who invest in the construction of hydroelectric power to rely less on foreign energy sources, which in turn boosts local economies. The investments required to construct dams, while expensive, are insignificant due to lower operating costs and the high demand for hydroelectric power. It pays for itself in no time.
Biofuel is a revolutionary source of renewable energy. It just needs some water to grow, and when it is finished, it is widely available and naturally distributed. The fuel can be changed by the season, like gasoline, to improve efficiency. Biofuels can be domestically produced so that America doesn't have to rely on other nations as much for power. Though it can be expensive, there are very few carbon emissions, and we are reducing our yearly waste output, which in turn reduces the expansion of landfills.
So now you understand a great deal more than you did before about sustainable energy. But what does the common citizen of San Diego know? Let's take a look.
I don't know much about it, but
okay.
it would be a great step. I don't know enough about solar panels.
And is it just for the people that can pay for it, or what? So,
yes. Unfortunately,
it's not out there for everybody. So
We interviewed people off the street and asked them about sustainable energy. What we found is that most people don't understand the magnitude of the situation or how our current sources of power are affecting the world. There is, however, a glimmer of hope. We interviewed one of MBHS's own teachers and asked the same simple question. Here's what he said.
Solar, definitely for certain regions, like Southern California, is a great plan for solar. Do I think that solar is right for everyone? Probably not. So it's one of those things where monetary costs, maybe not, but down the line, probably. I think electric cars are definitely the way of the future. But as it stands now, there's a lot of things they have to figure out to make them effective monetarily, simply because, as an example, the new Tesla, the awesome new Tesla, can only make it about 200 miles total. I mean, that's from here to Los Angeles. A lot of people drive that in a day. A lot of people would like the capability of going farther. So there's a lot of things that are still in their infancy. But yeah, I think that's the right way of going about it, simply because a lot of things cannot be sustained, especially at this high of a population for this long.
There are many programs that help to provide sustainable energy to everyone. Your money is invested into creating wind turbines and solar panels in areas that don't have them. One example of these institutions is called Sustainable Energy for All. This program aims to help increase the level of technology going into our renewable energy plants and help to build them across the country.
Another example of a program supporting sustainable energy is the CSE, or Center for Sustainable Energy. They work with government agencies to help implement laws and construct plants for sustainable energy. They also raise public awareness across the nation. This program wants to educate those who want to learn more about clean energy and trains those who want to assist others in their own endeavors regarding becoming more involved in sustainable energy options.
Hopefully you understand how imperative it is for our government to invest in sustainable energy.
Our current sources of power are finite and will begin to fail us soon.
We hope that over the course of this video you've been informed about sustainable energy.
Some things that you can do to support clean energy are investing in solar panels for your home and buying Energy Star appliances.
Sustainable energy is the future.